Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sonic Heroes on Microsoft Xbox. I am one wild sheep yet again.
You fools must all have a death wish. Witness this invincible battleship built by the hands of a genius. Its power unmatched throughout the universe.
You'll regret this, Doctor. Even if I'm not real, I'm still the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog.
That's the Spirit Shadow, and there we are now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Now it's time to tackle the Egg Fleet.
Space!
Space? Did you say space?
And there goes Shadow's having a bit of a Vietnam flashback from Sonic Adventure 2 there. Even though Shadow seems shocked when Rouge mentioned space. Like, space? Did you see space? But he has amnesia, so unless he has some sort of subconscious sort of fear of space because of Sonic Adventure 2 or something, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking a little bit more deep into this than need be, but that line's always confused me. It's always come across as like Shadow having a bit of a Vietnam sort of like, oh shit, we're in space sort of idea, but you know, obviously Sonic Adventure 2 happened and Shadow can't remember a lick of that, which is a bit of a shame. And again, it is such a shame that Sonic Team never went through with the whole Shadow being not real angle. Because, spoilers to the next game, because it's going to be way until the end of the next game, and it's in a little cutscene dialogue that I'm not even showing off. Basically, Dr. Eggman announces to Shadow that he's actually the real Shadow the Hedgehog and he's not an android. And I don't know, to me that seems like such a cop-out by Sega, because I honestly think they could have done quite an interesting sort of, they could have done something interesting with Shadow being an android, you know, folks. They could have done something regarding that that's pretty damn cool. But unfortunately they don't, and it's, I don't know, it's a bit of a wasted opportunity in my professional opinion. What can I tell ya, ladies and gentlemen? What can I tell ya, indeed? But anyway, with this zone as well as Shadow, basically the stage itself is roughly the same sort of deal as you'd expect from Team Sonic. The only difference is there's a lot more, and I mean a hell of a lot more cannons littered about the entire stage, and these cannons, while they're easy enough to deal with, they're very easy to destroy. You do need to pay attention to them because you know, they can quite easily clip you with one of their bullets. Their bullets have a larger hitbox than one may believe. Like, more than enough times I'm playing through the stage of Shadow as Team Dark, and I find myself just getting clipped by a bullet because I think that is enough room, but there really isn't. So that's just a little something you're going to need to pay attention to, and something you're going to want to have a look around for, you know, folks. But obviously this is the final stage of the Team Dark playthrough, and unfortunately this is also the worst stage of the Team Dark playthrough for that exact reason. Why, you might ask? Well, while the general level design is still pretty good, and my general complaints about Team Dark stand, you know, about the Team Dark playthrough being basically way too long for its own good. There's way too many reused assets. There's way too many reused set pieces. But basically, they really do love their bad guys in this one now, folks. They really do love the bad enemies. They love their bad nicks that they're gonna chuck at you, the egg pawns and whatnot. So basically, you have to deal with a lot, and I mean an absolute crap ton of shit being thrown at you, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, in this zone, which makes it more of a pain in the ass than fun, really, in my opinion. And obviously the stage it's still obviously doable. It's not impossibly difficult. But it's a little something that does get tedious as you get through, because after like your millionth enemy, you just want to sort of sit back and be like, I just want to continue the stage now. I want to beat the game. Why can't I beat the game, Sonic Team? Why have I got to chuck more bandits at me, you know, folks? I'm playing as a hedgehog that runs fast. I'm not playing a beat-em-up. Although a Sonic the Hedgehog beat-em-up could probably work if done right. And I know loads of people give the Werehog and Sonic Unleashed flack, but I honestly enjoyed that gameplay style. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself when it comes to that, though, because that's a couple of Sonic LPs away from now, you know, folks, so... But yeah, don't worry, I will be talking about that when the time is due. What can I tell ya, folks? What can I tell ya, indeed? Destroy all, destroy everything. You know, Omega shares my shares my sort of general rule of thumb when it comes to these games. Because when I'm playing games, and my friends, if any of you actually speak to my friends or know any of my friends, a couple of them are on YouTube, I believe. If any of you know me, basically, you'd know that I'm very, very, very into my explosions when it comes to my video games. Like, I tend to play Rainbow Six Siege with a couple of friends every now and then, and sometimes I do live stream it, but whenever I'm playing Rainbow Six Siege, for example, everyone else's idea is to be tactical, be all chilled out, and think about what they're doing. My tactics when it comes to that sort of game is just run from point A to point B, and if something looks like I can blow it up, I will be blowing it up. Do I like the look of that wall? Yes. Well, it's gonna be destroyed in a few seconds, you know, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a very destructive gamer. I just love explosions in video games. It's like my go-to weapon in almost any FPS is always a rocket launcher. Like when I used to play Call of Duty way back in the day, I always just manned a rocket launcher and just went balls to the walls nuts, you know, ladies and gentlemen. But I digress. I digress indeed-o. The one thing I will praise the Team Dark storyline for is the fact they are using the Lightspeed Dash ring trails to a great deal. Now, there's one thing that bugs me about the series as a whole is the Lightspeed Dash is a really good ability, but you never really see any interesting uses of the Lightspeed Dash itself. The Team Dark playthrough is very good when it comes to finding out good ways to use the Lightspeed Dash, so you can use it to make shortcuts, or you can use it in such a way just to make things look cooler. You know, ladies and gentlemen, so I do appreciate the fact they gave the Lightspeed Dash a bit more of an oomph, if you will. Well, I say that, but it's not really a bit more of an oomph, it's more of a, oh look, I'm gonna go from point A to point B in a different way. But, you know, basically the Lightspeed Dash is such a useful thing in the series that's really underutilized. I honestly think that Sonic Team should bring more uses to Lightspeed Dash into the games. You know, ladies and gentlemen? Especially with the more recent releases. Like, I think they even done away with the Lightspeed Dash in Sonic Colors and Sonic Lost World. They replaced that to a power-up, so they're really, I don't know, they've really sort of gone away from this sort of gate level design, and it's such a shame. I like the adventure style, Sonic Hero style level design. It's pretty damn dope. What can I tells ya? What can I tells ya? Indeed. It's obvious. I think it's pretty damn dope. I mean, I've already done an LP of Sonic Adventure 1, and the entire LP was essentially me, with the exception of my occasional joke at the game's expense here and there, was me gushing about the gameplay. So, you know. But one thing I see a lot online about this team-based mechanics that Sonic Heroes introduced is that it actually has quite a big following of people who want to see this return. And honestly, at first I was kind of, obviously because of my poor first impressions of the game way back in the day, at first I was like, they're crazy, they don't know what they're talking about. But now that I've been playing the Xbox version for this LP, now that I've really actually started to enjoy Sonic Heroes more than I did back in the day, basically, I wouldn't mind if Sega brought back this type of gameplay style. It's different. The only thing they really need to do with the level design to facilitate that is just make it so the level design doesn't go on for way too long. Like, I'm telling you, that is this game's biggest flaw. The levels are just too damn big. And even for the levels that aren't too damn big, you have to redo them 4 times anyway, and it's, I don't know, it just comes across as like a crawl. It just feels like a drag, you know, in the grand scheme of things when you're playing through the game and suddenly, you know that one storyline you just beat? Do it again, with new cutscenes, ooh! It's, I don't know, it just bugs me a slight bit, but, I digress.
I'm feeling a bit uneasy. Time to attack.
I thought that battleship was big, but this is enormous!
Eggman's headquarters detected. Destruction mode engaged.
I thought that battleship was big, but this is enormous! Haha, that is what she said. Am I wrong? Well, no, I'm not wrong, because Rouge did just physically say that. She's a girl, is she not? She might be a weird anthropomorphic back thing, but she has tits. She has tit boob physics. At least in Sonic Adventure 2 she had boob physics, and that always was like the weirdest addition to me. That always made me feel uneasy. I'm like, she's a bat. Why have you put boob physics on a bat? It's... ugh. I don't know. I guess you gotta appeal to them furries out there, because they are a thing, so... It's a little something that's always bugged me about Rouge the Bat. Like, they gave her boob physics, they gave her tit physics, and I'm just like... She's a bat. Why? You know? I know there's someone out there that appeals to, though, so can't say I understand it, but I'm not gonna mock, I'm not gonna judge people. It's their bodies, it's their life, it's their attractions, if you will. I'm a very forward-thinking kind of guy, you know?
Those guys look pretty tough. Careful now.
The E2000. So, they're in production. I'll destroy them.
Wow, the audio went a little bit glitchy then. I don't know what happened with that. But, yeah, the E2000 is actually the models that Eggman are using that are the gold and red giant laser beam mechs. And, if you recall correctly, E100 was actually the model of Gamma. And Omega is actually I can't remember, but I think he is the last of the E100 series of robots, you know? So, I think he's E123. I could be wrong with that, so, I do apologize if I'm wrong, but, you know, it's kind of neat that they sort of kept the continuity of Eggman labeling his robots with, like a product code, for example, you know, like E1000 series of robots, E1001 series, E1000, you know, like that. I don't know, I like the idea of that, like Eggman just giving his robots unique product codes. No idea what the egg pawns are actually considered to be because, well, they're egg pawns. And honestly, I want to talk a little bit about the egg pawns. I probably have mentioned this in the course of the series already, but let's face it, this is a very repetitive game. I'm probably going to repeat commentary at some point. I like the egg pawns design. I don't mind the egg pawns, but honestly, it does sort of bug me that, from this game onwards, they sort of got rid of the, old school badniks in regards, you know, in order to chuck in the egg pawns instead, and I don't know, I just find that to be a wasted opportunity, you know. Egg pawns are fine in their own right, but I would like to see the old school classic badniks return, you know, and they have been adding in badniks in newer games, but, you know, I like to see original badnik designs, and for the most part, I believe the badniks in the newer Sonic games have all, up until the point of recording, by the way, which, you know, there's Sonic games coming out all the time. Everything I see now about future games or current games could be changed up in a few years, you know. But basically, the big issue with them is they always seem to revolve around the classic style badniks when they bring back badniks instead of new ones. And I don't know, I think Sega should go with a sort of idea where whenever they're doing enemies in these games, they could have the egg pawns as like a typical, you know, basic everyday mook that you come around to fight, you know, the basic bland enemy. Then you could have the old school badniks every now and then mixed in with new badniks. I think that would be a perfect way to go about this, but I don't know. I'm sort of rambling at this point, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, I like the egg pawns, but I really do wish that this game wasn't only egg pawns. You know, I really wish they had more enemy variety. That's the big thing, because this game is very... It's kind of strange how much combat is in this game. It's a very combat-focused Sonic game, but they still don't have very much variety in terms of enemies, and they have even less variety in comparison to the typical everyday Sonic games, you know, which... It's just sort of irked me, you know. When I play a Sonic game, one of the things I sort of expect and one of the things I look forward to seeing is all the quirky, interesting badnik designs, and they took that away in this game, and it's such a shame. I love the badniks. Bring them back. Hashtag bring back the badniks. Ugh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, wow. That just happened. Yeah, there's a couple of instances in this game where I find where it's very easy to just sort of fly off the edge of a platform out of sheer pure bad luck. It's few and far between, and obviously it is my own fault, just because I held the analog stick forward. It is my own fault I fell through that platform. Well, I didn't fall through it, I fell around the rail, but you know, I really wish there was a couple more safeguards in place so you didn't just go zoom I'm gonna destroy that Eggman. Oh no! And you just fly off the edge of the cliff, you know? But, yeah, I digress. Although I will be honest, this stage is, I enjoy the music and the stage design for Final Fortress. In fact, I honestly feel they got the whole, what's the term? Atmosphere of final level down perfectly for this game. But, honestly, I don't know, something about the stage just feels off. I honestly think it's probably because it's, by and large, it's just, you know, it's too long and the music itself is really repetitive. I mean, the music loops after about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, you know, folks, and obviously we've been in the stage for 5 minutes long now. So, I don't know, it's just stuff like that. They could have probably made a longer music track, I feel, with this, because I believe this is like the only stage in the game. Oh, Jesus Christ. That one is also my fault. I believe this is the only stage in the game where the music track is really, really insanely repetitive. You know? It's a fine track. I honestly think it's a really good soundtrack for a final stage, but it's just ultra repetitive, you know, ladies and gentlemen. And while I'll argue that that the jungle stage from earlier that I always forget the name of has a very terrible soundtrack, you know, I still think this game in general has a good soundtrack. It's just with this particular song, it's a little bit more repetitive. They probably could have made a longer loop. I mean, it's ugh. You know, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. But I digress. I digress, indeed-o. But yeah, when I said at the very start of the playthrough that Team Dark was basically the hard mode of the game, I don't really think the level design itself actually is harder in comparison to Sonic. I would more so argue that the actual, the levels are more difficult purely because, not the level design itself, but because it's very combat oriented, it's very combat focused, you know? Team Dark just really wants you to go out of your way and destroy more and more and more badniks, more and more Eggman mooks. Which, when I first played the game many years ago, that was actually a little bit of a pull to me, because I figured, ooh, a combat-oriented Sonic game, this could be good. But then I realized that, oh, it's basically the same as Team Sonic, only with more enemies, then I got a bit sad. I don't know. Yeah. By the way, these targets where you need to shoot with the flying characters they're awkward as hell. I don't like them that much. Like, yeah, I like the fact that they're there, they're a different type of switch to hit, you know, you have to do a different type of thing to hit the switch. But they're a pain in the ass to hit. It could be miles in the distance and I need to fly at the exact right altitude, otherwise whatever character I'm chucking at it will end up flying off either over it or under it, and it's a pain in the ass, you know, ladies and gentlemen. But I digress. Anyway, we are getting up to the final stretch of the stage now, folks, thank goodness for that. And for this final stretch, what I just sort of recommend is, before you move up to each platform on this area, what I recommend is just charging up your Team Blast gauge using the flying character glitch I mentioned previously in the LP in order to, basically in order to keep yourself ready, because they're going to chuck a lot of the big guys at you with the hammers, and essentially they're the Hammer Brothers of this game, you know. If you played Super Mario Brothers, the Hammer Brothers are like the final boss. Yeah, that's essentially the same case here. Maybe not to the same extreme, because obviously these guys are far from boss material, but basically keep your Team Blast on hand. That's what I recommend. What can I tell you?
I knew we could do it.
Don't let your guard down just yet.
But now it's time for the final stretch, and one thing I find kind of weird about the grinding in this game is when you tap the X button. Yeah, okay, yellow laser. That looks white to me, but whatever. What I find kind of weird about the actual grinding of this game is it's a little bit inconsistent when you gain speed. Like, usually you hold down the button and you gain a lot of speed, but it's usually pretty inconsistent in that regard. Sometimes you'll gain speed at the right amount. Don't know what the fuck happened there. But sometimes you gain speed, sometimes then the game will just be like, nope, and it'll slow you down. And when the game slows me down, I usually find myself just sort of tapping the X button, mashing the X button like a madman, doing this pirouette on the rails constantly. And I don't know, it's a bit inconsistent and it bugs me. What can I tell you? Like right now, I'm holding down the X button and I'm going fast enough. And you do want to hold down the X button on that one point, by the way, folks. Otherwise, the giant mega laser from Eggman's eyeball there will kill you. Well, it won't kill you, but it has a very high chance to kill you. Although you can dodge it by going into flight formation and flying over the laser beam itself. But I digress indeed-o.
What's wrong with me?
I don't know, half the fan base have been asking now about you, Shadow. But I digress.
Okay, no more games!
Intercept mode complete.
This is the end of the line, Doctor.
Enough of this! Shadow! Root! Omega! Time to meet your maker! I'll show you what real evil is!
But Eggman, Gerald Robotnik's my maker, not you. Unless I am an android. Oh, the horror! The horror! But anyway, boss fight's the same as when you fought it as Sonic. It's not much different at all. So, yeah.
All right.
That was a very laid back alright. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the Team Dark storyline of Sonic Heroes. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, people. And I'll catch you all next time as I leave you off here to listen to the theme song, This Machine, I believe it's called. So, yeah, hope you all enjoy the theme song of this and the final cutscene. I'll catch you all again in the Team Rose storyline. So, yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you after. Bye!
Eggman target completely destroyed.
Now let's find that secret treasure.
Prepare to destroy immediate area.
Hey, Omega, did I ever tell you that Shadow is a robot and... Oh, never mind. Good luck.
You know about cloning. The original must exist somewhere.
All this for what? Nothing? I might as well go look for that Master Emerald, since that irritating echidna is here.
Something never changes.
What do you say? What else is that famous prejudice supposed to do?
A shadow of myself, just who am I? Scan horizons, a tragic mystery. You could have left me here, still inside the thought. No one would ever know the chaos control. My true identity, the power that is me. We are destined fire, trapped in this machine. Don't know how long we've waited, as the Eggman's watching. We are destined fire, looking through a screen. Don't know how long we've waited, as the Eggman watches. With version the fight, electric lives, change surroundings, a trillion history. A treasure disappears as she goes, miss her as you look away, and no one knows. This power is a key, this power changes me. We are destined fire, trapped in this machine. Don't know how long we've waited, as the Eggman's watching. We are destined fire, looking through a screen. Don't know how long we've waited, as
Yes.